Halina't sabay-sabay nating pag-aralan ang Araling Panlipunan 6, Aking Kasaysayan, Aralin 9, ang mga komisyon ng Pilipinas, ang Komisyong Sherman at Komisyong Taft. Layunin: matutukoy ang mga mungkahi ng Komisyong Sherman at ang mga isinasagawa ng Komisyong Taft. Pangalawa, maipaliliwanag ang mga dahilan sa pagpapalit ng pamahalaang militar tungo sa pamahalaang sibil at ang panghuli, masusuri ang mga pagbabagong naganap dulot ng Batas Pilipinas 1902 o Batas Kupo. Kagamitan. So narito ang mga bagay na iyong gagamitin para sa araling ito. Una, kinakailangan mo ang iyong Araling Panlipunan Aking Kasaysayan 6, Set 2. At kinakailangan mo rin ang iyong kwaderno sa AP at saka ballpen. At kailangan mo rin ang iyong iPad o kaya'y cellphone. Worksheet. So pagmasdan at tandaan ang mga pahinang ito mula sa iyong worksheet kasi ito ang iyong magsisilbing gabay at iyong sasagutan pagkatapos ng aralin ito. Mga hakbang na dapat gawin. Una, panoorin ang video tungkol sa ang mga komisyon ng Pilipinas. Pangalawa, basahin ang sumusunod. Una, ang Komisyon ng Pilipinas. Pangalawa, ang Batas ng Pilipinas 1902 o Batas Cooper. At panghuli, trabahuin ang mga gawain na nakapaskil sa dulo ng video nito. At ngayon, sabay-sabay natin panoorin ang video nito.
First government established by the Americans in the Philippines was a military government. While the Philippine-American War was raging, President McKinley sent two commissions to the Philippines. The first of these commissions was the Sherman Commission. The commission arrived in Manila on March 4, 1899. This was headed by Jacob G. Sherman, President of Cornell University, together with some other members. The Sherman Commission was tasked to do the following. First, they are tasked to look into the conditions in the Philippines. They are also tasked to recommend the kind of government to be established. Are the Filipinos ready to govern their own country? And lastly, they are tasked to relate to the Filipino people the noble aims of the United States in coming to the Philippines. We came here to develop, civilize, educate, and train you of self-government. After completing its survey of the existing conditions in the Philippines, the Commission submitted the following to President McKinley. First, Philippines was not yet ready for independence. Establishment of civilian government as rapidly as possible. The American chief executive in the islands at that time was a military government. Next one is the establishment of a bicameral legislature, autonomous government on the provincial and municipal levels. And last recommendation is a system of free public elementary schools. To help carry out the recommendations of the Sherman Commission, McKinley created on March 16, 1900 the Taft Commission known as the Second Philippine Commission. It was headed by Judge William Howard Taft together with some other members, and they arrived in Manila on June 3, 1900. The Commission defined its mission as preparing the Filipinos for eventual independence. McKinley instructed the Taft Commission, "Bear in mind, the government which you are establishing is not for our selfish satisfaction but for the Philippine Islands." It began its legislative functions in September of the same year. The first law that it passed appropriated $2 million for building and repairing roads and bridges. It enacted 440 laws dealing with the organization of a number of bureaus in the government. Not only that, it established local governments and civil service systems. It also established the judicial system, including the Supreme Court. Promotion of public health and sanitation. Diseases during the Spanish era were effectively put under control. Several agencies were established to promote public health. Among them is the Bureau of Health and Quarantine Service. Many hospitals and clinics were established all over the Philippines. It is also the start of the organization of the public school system in the country. English was made the medium of instruction for grade school to college. In business and in government, it became the medium of communication. Trained American teachers were hired and brought to the Philippines. The first group of 600 teachers from the United States arrived in Manila on board using the ship Thomas. These teachers came to be known as the Thomasines.
Magaling! Mga bagay na dapat isaisip sa aralin nito, tandaan mo. Ang Komisyon Sherman ang nagtakda ng mga hakbang upang makapagplano ang Estados Unidos sa pamamahala sa Pilipinas. Ang Komisyon Taft naman ang nagpapatupad ng mga mungkahing hakbang ng Komisyon Sherman. Pinalitan ang pamahalaang militar ng pamahalaang sibil. Nagkaroon ng iba't ibang sangay at ahensyang pamahalaan. Si William Howard Taft ang naging unang gobernador sibil. Mga gawain. Unang gawain, sagutin ang mga sumusunod. Gawain 1, pag-isipan mo na nasa pahina 7 and 8 ng iyong worksheet. Gawain 2, pagpapalalim ng kaalaman na nasa pahina 9 ng iyong worksheet set 2. Sa Aralin Panlipunan 6, gawain 3, paglalapat na nasa pahina 10. Basahin ng mabuti ang bawat panuto at sundin ito. Para sa gawain 1 at 2, isulat sa worksheet ang iyong sagot. At para naman sa gawain 3, isulat sa kwaderno sa AP ang iyong sagot. Pagkatapos, kunan ng litrato ang iyong mga sagot at ipasa sa dojo. Ikalawang gawain. Mula sa videong iyong napanood at sa iyong pagbasa tungkol sa Komisyon Sherman at Komisyon Taft, gumawa ng buod tungkol dito. Isulat ang iyong buod sa iyong kwaderno sa AP. Pagkatapos, gumawa ng video habang iyong ibinabahagi ang iyong buod. Tandaan, maging malikhain sa pagpresenta ng iyong buod at pagkatapos, ipasa sa dojo. Hanggang dito na lang, alam kong kaya mo yan. Paalam!